What you cannot do, let others do for you.
Spoiler alert, a possible twist is hinted at by a character's past that was disclosed in House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 6, which confirms similarities to VARYS from Game of Thrones. Although the events of House of the Dragon's second season take place approximately 170 years before those of the first season, character stereotypes remain constant due to Westeros' medieval civilization. Supporting characters in both shows play similar roles as they align with opposing sides of the battle, which is centered around the outbreak of war after the death of a king who was unable to keep things together. Rhaenyra and Mysaria's developing romance takes an intimate turn in the climax of Season 2, Episode 6. Rhaenyra feels reassured and in control by Mysaria, even though a large portion of her council is always trying to discredit her. Mysaria tells more about her past before arriving in King's Landing and starting her relationship with Daemon years before they kissed. This past, which is unique to the TV show, draws parallels between her and VARYS that go beyond the fact that they are both schemers with roots in lies, the Essos capital.
And when after many months of this, it became evident that his seed had taken root.
Welcome to Movie Spy. Both VARYS and Mysaria suffered from a terrible upbringing in Essos. In Smallfolk, Mysaria and Rhaenyra's scene, the White Worm answers Rhaenyra's question concerning the origin of her neck scar from Episode 3. She discloses that her father, who molested her sexually, left her with the scar. He cut her throat and left her dead after learning that she was carrying his child. After escaping this incident and arriving in Westeros, she made the decision to never trust anyone again. In addition, she asserts that this is what prevented her from becoming a mother, which connects to Daemon's admission in Season 1 that she carried his kid. This narrative highlights the parallels between VARYS and Mysaria. In the television series Game of Thrones, Spider-Man discloses that he was likewise sold to a sorcerer in Mer and suffered from magic. VARYS' male organs were removed, turning him into an eunuch, and the sorcerer administered a potion that rendered him immobile and unable to feel pain. After performing a mystical ritual with his organs, the sorcerer abandoned him to perish on the streets. There are striking similarities between their upbringings, which help to define both personalities and shape their respective lifestyles in King's Landing. Mysaria and VARYS discovered that they were both serving. In Game of Thrones, Daenerys and Targaryen Queen VARYS are seated together. As was previously mentioned, two Lysene survivors who survived it to King's Landing were Mysaria and VARYS. They used their cunning and information sharing to build successful lives for themselves. Both became powerful during the Targaryen era and made a name for themselves in politics by posing as outsiders that nobody could trust, but that everyone needed. The parallels are strengthened by the inclusion of Mysaria's origin story, since both of their pasts give them a reason and justification for acting in an autonomous and distrusting manner. VARYS, on the other hand, hoped that Daenerys Targaryen would bring the realm together as a ruler. Thus, he spent years working with Illyrio Mopatis to see another Targaryen take the throne in Westeros. In the second season of Mysaria and Rhaenyra, the White Worm has also shown interest in a Targaryen queen, though they hardly ever trust anybody but themselves. Both characters appear to find significance in the female Targaryen heroines that appear in their respective shows. This raises more concerns about the extent to which the House of the Dragon will pursue this parallel. As VARYS betrayed Daenerys, will Mysaria also betray Rhaenyra? Nothing suggested that Mysaria would betray Rhaenyra, but anything is possible. Season 7 of Game of Thrones has VARYS looking grim. Mysaria's narrative appears to be diverging from her course in Fire and Blood, making it difficult to predict exactly where she will end up. She is still Daemon's lover at this point in the book. Nevertheless, Rhaenyra consents to this and lets Mysaria be her mistress of whispers. Mysaria's intentions seem at best dubious in the text, but she later tells Rhaenyra of Daemon's affair with Nettles, suggesting that she may have had some allegiance to Rhaenyra. Later on, she passes away without leaving much trace of her long-term goals or intentions, which the TV series will probably alter. Nettles does not appear to be a planned character for House of the Dragon, which means that there may be some big alterations to Mysaria's plot. She is obviously trying to play Rhaenyra's good side right now, which could be seen as manipulative, but she would not betray Rhaenyra for anyone else in Westeros. She despises the Greens and Daemon. Therefore, it is either that she is using Rhaenyra as a pawn in her own game, or that she genuinely believes Rhaenyra in House of the Dragon. Thanks for watching.